This is a really important bit. How does the Cupra Formentor 310 drive? Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another review of a car I should have driven a very long time ago. I think the Cupra Formentor has been around for 2 years and I've been really keen to drive it, but just never got round to it. I should point out I did drive one very briefly at Goodyear's test track about a year ago, but that was in very sort of artificial conditions. Today, once again, I'm going to drive one on a test track here at Millbrook, but at least these roads are a bit more like the roads you guys drive on. And for me, apart from the 5-cylinder car, which hasn't really come to the UK, there's only one Formentor that I think is worthy of this car's striking looks, and that is the 310 horsepower version, which is basically a Golf R in. It's very stylish Formentor body. So today I'm going to give you some stats on this car. I'm going to give you a tour of the outside and the inside, and then we're going to go for a drive on Millbrook's hill course, followed by a couple of laps of the high-speed bowl. Okay, let's start off then with some vital statistics. This is the top of the range Formentor. It's the VZ3 trim level with the 310 horsepower 4-cylinder petrol turbo engine, 7-speed automatic gearbox and a 4-wheel drive. Its basic price is about £47,500. This car's got just over £2,000 worth of options, though the biggest option you could probably do without. It's this sort of matte paint, which I thought would have been out of fashion by now, and there's a few £100 for the Beat sound pack as well, making this test car just under 50,000 of your pounds. Not a small amount of money, but actually compared to say a Golf, maybe I'm being brainwashed by the SUV thing, it actually seems better value than a £50,000 Golf R, but we'll find out as we have a closer look at it if that's true. Performance wise, well, you'd expect it to be pretty pokey, 0 to 64.9 seconds, so a bit slower than the Golf 8R, which it shares a drivetrain with, and that's because it's a couple of 100 kilograms heavier, 1,650. So it's heavy, but there is a lot more car. Right, let's now have a look at the outside and inside of this top spec Formentor. Well guys, this is, I think to most people's eyes, a really good looking car. I'm not sure it really needs the matte paint, but styling wise, as small SUVs go, it's it works for me, and that's unusual because I do not like SUVs. So yeah, let me know what you think. We've got some 19-inch wheels on this car with, as you can see, the bigger Brembo brakes. I think they're 370mm. It's a heavy car, so it does need those. It's not like it's an option on these. We've got copper highlights on the wheels as well, but luckily not an awful lot of copper down the side of the car. So yeah, at the back it's swoopy. It's a beautiful piece of design. This was the first car to be a Cupra, not a Seat. So there's no Seat Formentor, it's all Cupra. And I think this is Cupra doing their job properly, unlike the Born and some of the sort of lower spec Cupra Leons. This is a proper car, especially with this powertrain. So you can bet the people at Cupra wanted to fit this engine and the 5-cylinder engine into this car. They've done the lower spec ones as well, and they look pretty much as good, but this is the one that I think for me defines this car. Got 4 exhaust pipes. They look tasty without being too sort of brash. Got a full width reflector just like the Leon, a bit of carbon there which does look a little bit tacky. Wheel arch extensions, I think moulded into the arch trim there. Yeah, it's good. Black roof rails, black window surrounds, body coloured mirrors. Actually, they're gloss. That is weird. So we've got matte paint on the body and gloss mirrors. Yep. I have actually been to Cupra Formentor, which this car is named after, and the road to the lighthouse there is so narrow. Ironically, I don't think you could get 2 Cupra Formentors to pass each other on that road. So yeah, if you're going to go to Cupra Formentor, I think I'd take a Fiat 500. Okay, let's have a look inside. I had to like kind of blink a bit just to check I could see this. This is blue leather. I haven't seen blue leather in a car since the Mark 1 TT. It is interesting and it's different, and actually I think it kind of works. Yeah. This material quality looks really good. Got some nice stitching there. Nice padded armrest there. That looks really good. I mean, this is okay as well. The mats, I don't know, they look like ones you'd buy off eBay for 20 quid, but they're okay. Carpet's not so great. Stainless pedals, stainless steel covers, electric seats with memory. Whoa, look at that. God, whoever sits like that. Okay, you can stop there. We've got kind of nasty plastic down here. That's quite disappointing. Above this level though, it gets quite a lot better, so that's not terrible. That's quite nice. The seats are a bit buckety. I think they're standard. There's a little bit of wear in them already, even though they're not that massively bolstered. The steering wheel is the usual Cupra one, just like on the Bourne, with some sort of carbon effect. Let's get in, have a look. Quite a few buttons, but not haptic. Digital instrument cluster, big screen. And to start, you press this button here, which is cool. I keep on pressing this, which is traction control off. That could all end in tears. It's a bit, don't know, not a big fan of the quality down here. I'll just turn the stereo off. Wireless charging dock there, I think. The little shifter here, which is cool, because it's all shift by wire. The glove box is a little bit scratchy, but overall it's okay. I don't really like the plastic on there. A black headlining for the sporty look. Big screen though, everybody loves that. Much bigger than the digital instrument cluster. Paddles on there, which are quite big though, plasticky. It's okay. I'm a bit disappointed with how scratchy it is down here, but overall I'd say it's okay. Let's have a look in the back. Now it's quite a sleek car, so I'm kind of concerned this might be a little bit tight for me, but no, amazingly, even though it's quite sleek, there's loads and loads of headroom, loads of knee room. It's not a super big SUV, but it seems to be well packaged, and that's really good. Down here we've got digital control of the rear climate and 2 USB-Cs. And pat on the back to Cupra, we've got the same quality rear door cards. I think, no, they're identical. Well done, Cupra. Because on a Volkswagen this would just be black plastic, so that's great. That's a really big petrol flap. Okay, let's have a look in the boot. How do you open it? Down here, there's a release. Ooh, power, yeah, power tailgate. And that's a sub for the audio system. Yeah, it's a decent sized boot. Split fold 60-40, not 40-20-40. You do lose a bit of the boot height with this swoopy back section, but I'm sure for a lot of people it's as practical as it needs to be. Okay, so far I think it's as good as I thought it would be, but this is a really important bit. How does the Cupra Formentor 310 drive? Well, we've got Millbrook's famous hill course here, and then we're going to go for a lap of the high-speed bowl. Okay guys, I'm going to get properly set up for this drive, so I'm going to put the electric seat all the way down to see if that will sort of counteract some of the height in this car, and yeah, we can get pretty low. That's not bad. And get a little bit nearer. Manual adjustment of the column. That should be alright. Okay, so foot on the brake, press start. And you can switch driving modes with the Cupra button. So we've got Sport, Cupra, Individual, Off-Road. So it has got an off-road mode, I just thought I'd mention that. And it's got Comfort as well. So Cupra mode straight away sounds like your exhaust is blowing. There's some definite fakery at the front, which sounds pretty bad, but at least it doesn't sound like that on the outside. Okay, we'll go in Cupra mode, no problem. Select drive and go. straight onto Millbrook's hill route. There's a yellow flag. So I'm using the pedals, which means that the car will stay in manual mode for quite a long time. I've got the harder damper mode, which is quite useful on this sinuous course. As you can tell by these speed humps, it's quite firm. This twisty bit is lovely. It's very much like a road, and the problem with SUVs is the weight transfer, and this feels actually really good. It doesn't feel high. There's a little bit of initial roll, but then it just settles into the corner. Whoa. Yeah, loads of torque, so that's 4th gear into 3rd. Lovely turning, a little bit of lift off in the back, just try to come round then. This is good. Into this bank section. These guys are going for it. This blind crest, whoa! So this is an extreme test of a car like this, but this car does hold its own. That is a horrible, horrible corner, isn't it? Horrible. And then down, right-hander onto the jump, into 3rd gear. Whoa! Blimey! I think we did lift off a bit then. Definitely had ABS engaged. Okay, so it's not a road, but there are bits that are like a road, and I wasn't expecting this car to feel so alive. There was some action from the back end. Braking seems good. Turning's lovely. Yeah, dynamically, this car is as complete as the exterior design is, and my suspicions this was a car that Cupra, the 310, was a car that Cupra really put all the effort into. They made the Formentor 4. I'm probably correct, it just feels like a really complete package. Now we've had our fun, let's get on to the Millbrook's high-speed bowl and see what this car cruises like. To do that, we'll go into, not off-road mode, comfort mode. We needed off-road mode back then. So just driving around now, it just feels very docile. The 7-speed DSG, you know, it's just great when you're posturing, and it's great when you're really on it as well. It's a wonder of modern technology, that gearbox. And actually, if you're not poking around at the plastics down below, the interior feels really, yeah, good. Okay, here we go then. I think we'll actually go for sport mode on here. Okay. So 70 miles an hour in 7th gear, and we're doing just 2,000 RPM, which is nothing. There's a bit of noise from the concrete, but it's actually quite hushed, and that's probably because the car is actually so sleek. Okay, let's go a little bit faster. So for viewers in Germany, We're now doing, or France actually, we're doing 80. So yeah, it's a little bit louder. It still feels really good. And now, for viewers in Germany, we can do 100. So there's a car ahead of us. So let's see if we catch him up. Drop into 6th, and probably needs another one, 5th. And there we are, 100, 7th gear, 3000 RPM. Yeah, this is good. I mean, you know, you've got a lot of power, and there's a lot of technology here, and it feels just totally at home at this kind of speed. Well guys, that's the Cupra Formentor VZ3 310 for you, a car I've wanted to drive for a very long time, and I've got to say, I've been pleasantly surprised. The only criticism I could level at it is that some of the plastic's a little bit cheap, but it actually makes up for that in the interior in other ways. It drives better than I thought it would. As you probably know, it looks great as well, especially with this 310 package with the 4 exhaust and the wheels, which aren't stupidly big, which is quite important. We've got DCC as standard, which means it's compliant when you want it to be, and it's, you know, a dynamic drive when you want it to be as well. Yeah, it's great. £50,000, well, even though the Cupra brand is not as prestigious as the Volkswagen brand, I just feel I'd be getting more for my money with this car than I would with a Golf R for 50. And yeah, is that wrong? Am I being brainwashed into the SUV thing? Well, maybe, but yeah, it just feels, being four-wheel drive, like there's a lot more sort of car there. You can be an off-roader, you can be a hot hatch, you can have fun on a B-road. It's a really well-rounded package in this specification, with a bit of discounting, which hopefully will come not too long from now. Yeah, I could be quite tempted. As ever guys, thanks for watching this Volkswagen video. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, and I will see you for the next one very soon. Just check out this Mustang. I wonder what they're doing here at Millbrook. They've definitely got some sort of testing going on there. Is it electric? Whatever it is, it's super cool.